Hi, my name is Emily Rose and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be something much different than the conventional booktube than typical videos that I will post. I have said before though that I am a first-time mom and I'm doing things not maybe conventional, and today I'm going to talk about one of those things. My 3-month-old pees and poops on the potty, basically. So if you're not interested in hearing about how I got him to that point and different resources that you could potentially find, then I would suggest not watching if you're not at all interested in any of those things. So I'll just get into it. So with Roman, we started him at 3 weeks doing something called Elimination Communication, or EC. I heard about Elimination Communication from Mama Katrine. She has a YouTube channel. I will put that link down below because I think that she's wonderful. If you're interested in things like that, she's an awesome resource to go to just without a book or a Facebook page or whatever else. So yeah, that's where I originally heard about it when I was trying to find information out about cloth diapering. And if it weren't for her, then I never would have heard about it. So I'm very thankful to her for that. So elimination communication is basically giving your baby a chance to pee or poop in the potty versus just having them go in their diaper full time. So when babies are born, like all mammals, they naturally don't want to go to the bathroom on themselves. But we teach babies that it's okay to pee and poop in their diaper. And then we just change it. And then we do that process for, in America, it's generally about 3 years. Sorry about that music. We have a painter here painting, but I wanted to get this filmed because I really care about this topic. So in America, the general age is 3 years old by the time a child is potty trained. So for 3 years of their life, all that they've known is going to the bathroom in their diaper. And then we try to...
He's farting.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see. So let me give you a tutorial as to how you would go about doing this. So you get your baby. You take off their clothes. And then you take off their diaper. And I just want to show you how cute his little diaper is. It's a little Einstein. Okay, honey, so wait. So at this point in his 3 months of life, if I tell him to wait, if I hear him starting to fart or wiggle or whatever, I can tell him to wait, and he actually will. And then basically what I do, I'll just show you. So I hold him like this. He is... and then he will go. So I'll just sit here with him. So yeah, elimination communication. When I first heard about it, it sounded super bizarre. I had never met anybody before in my life that had done it. I was already nervous enough about trying to cloth diaper just because, again, my family did not cloth diaper. I did luckily meet 2 wonderful ladies who did cloth diaper, so I was able to talk to them, but also a lot of what I learned was from YouTube and also a book that I'm going to talk about. So yeah, elimination communication is not potty training. It's not trying to force your child to go to the bathroom on the potty when they're a baby, which is generally the argument against EC. They think that babies are not ready. They are ready. They want to relieve themselves on a potty versus having to sit in it. But again, back to what I was saying before, we teach them that it's okay, and then we try to unteach them that once they get to a proper age. So yeah, it's basically a gentle, non-coercive process that allows your baby to go to the potty on the potty. So another benefit of it, which I actually, just before I did this, I got on the website for the first time. So if you're not into getting on websites to learn things, you don't have to. This is the very first time that I have even checked the website. It is a wonderful resource I found. I personally haven't used it. It's all been from YouTube and kind of going with my gut. And now at this point, in our little elimination communication relationship, we have completely figured it out. And he probably 75% of the time, he is pooping on the potty, not in his diaper. We have made it all throughout the night, most nights, of him not pooping at all in his diaper. And the second that I put him on the potty, after I fed him the second time throughout the night, I hold up his legs and he goes on his little potty. It's really very, very amazing. So another really huge benefit of doing EC is that it increases your connection with your baby. Generally, we just think that babies are babies and don't. Good job. So I just now said good job to him, but actually a really, basically the staple of EC is not trying to talk your child into doing it. So instead of saying good job or I'm so proud of you, you don't say that because it's a totally regular thing of them going to the bathroom on the potty. But you say, oh, I bet that feels so good that you just went in the potty instead of on yourself, like something like that. So that they're doing it for themselves, not for you. Once, obviously, they get to the point where they start understanding. And then you heard me do the cue. So after sorry, this is so bizarre to try to talk about this while this happened, but it's perfect for the video. Back to it increasing connection. So I am totally in tune with when he has to go to the bathroom, when he pooped. Could you? Yes, I know. See, that's his dad now when he has to go to the bathroom. So for the third time, it definitely increases your connection with your baby. I feel like I understand when he has to go. I know when he doesn't have to go. He understands now that he's being given an opportunity to go. And like I said, throughout the night, I hold him over the potty every time I wake up. But if he doesn't have to go within the first few seconds, then he'll generally pee, and then I'll put a new diaper on him, and then we're kind of good to go. Okay, so we just change his diaper, and then he's good for several more hours until he starts squirming or starting to fuss a little bit, or after he eats. Those are generally the 3 different times where I know for sure he's going to have to go to the bathroom. The reason why I started doing this, aside from the communication thing, which I think is really cool, the connection with your baby, which has totally been the case for us. I feel very, very much in tune with my son, my little son, my Roman. So I do feel very connected with him, very much more than if I were just changing his dirty disposable diaper when it felt convenient for me, which is not, there's nothing, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. It's just like, for me, I just wanted to try something else, and it did sound intimidating to me at first, but from the first time that I caught poop, it was like game over. I was ready to really commit to it. And there have been some weeks where it's been harder if he's like going through a growth spurt, is super like fussy and things like that. I never ever force him to go. If he's fussing too much, then I just take him off and I just put him back in a diaper, and I just try to give him another opportunity later on once he's calm. But the other reason why I decided to try elimination communication is the waste of diapers that go into the landfill. I don't use disposable diapers. Probably 98% of the time I'm using cloth diapers, but it's still nice to not have to wash them as often, because sometimes I catch both pee and poop and he doesn't do anything, and then he can just keep wearing the same thing. So if you're thinking about doing it and you're also going to use disposable diapers, Diaper Free Babies, which is what you call elimination communication babies, Diaper Free Babies use 50 to 75% less diapers than non-EC'd babies. I used to, before I had him, I was an environmental educator was my title. So I would go into schools and talk to groups and things like that about, I was more so an environmental encourager and just kind of trying to get people to think differently about what they throw away, what goes to the landfill, kind of realizing what happens in a landfill, what it means when things go to the landfill. And I would used to ask kids if they knew how long it took for diapers to break down. And of course they didn't know. And it's like those diapers that your parents use, that my parents used on me, will be on this earth way after I am gone, which is kind of scary to think about, to think that all these landfills are filling up with all these diapers. So it's just kind of, if you care about that sort of thing, I would definitely suggest looking into elimination communication and also maybe cloth diapering. I will talk about cloth diapering in another video because that's another major important aspect of my experience so far with my 3-month-old. So that's another thing that I would like to talk about for anybody on here who would like to hear me talk about it. He wants to hear me talk about it, I think. So I've pretty much talked about most of it. So, okay, so I'll go through the process of it. So he starts squirming. I think maybe he has to go to the bathroom. So I grab our little potty. He wants to tell you how it goes. So, and then we hold the baby over the potty and hold him there. I think sometimes it helps him more if like you hold him kind of like this, because it just kind of, it's like the squatty potty, if you've ever seen that infomercial for that. It's sort of like that, has that effect. Say bye. Okay, so so the baby communicates to you that they have to go to the bathroom. So you take off their diaper, you hold them with their back to you, and then hold their little feet in your hands, and then just hold them there until they go. I'm telling you that the first time that you catch it, it is a crazy, wild experience, and you cannot believe that you knew that they had to go to the bathroom, and then they went. So you're holding them over the potty, they go, try to have a washcloth there, and or a wipe if you're going to choose to use wipes. I personally use cloth wipes, and so I just get it wet in the sink and then wipe them off and clean out the potty, and then we're good to go. Now I'm going to talk about like some of the resources. So one of the best resources for me was literally going through every video on YouTube about elimination communication. Like I said, I started with Mama Katrine, who is wonderful, so I would strongly suggest checking out her channel. And I think her baby just turned 2 years, and he's been potty trained, I believe. I follow her on Instagram. So that's the cool thing too, is that babies who are EC generally have more of a connection with going to the potty, so they are generally potty trained before non-EC'd children are. So, and then there's also a wonderful Facebook page. It's called, it's Elimination Communication is what the Facebook group is actually called. So if you want to request to be in that, there's all kinds of different parents on there, obviously, posting about their experiences, posting, you know, you can ask questions on there. It's just a really nice forum to be a part of if you're trying to do this. And also the book that I have, it's an ebook. My Kindle is not actually loading right now. There are several different books, I believe. There's one though that's like $80 or something. That is not the one that I got. The one that I have is Diaper Free Baby. And there's just all kinds of different cool, there's so much information in there. Kind of talks about like different ages. So like say you have a 6-month-old. There is a different process to do that versus like trying it first thing with a newborn. So like if your baby is 6 months old, you can skip forward to that part. The layout of the book is super clear. You could just skip ahead to how to get started at that age versus like a 1-year-old and so on. So yeah, so there's that. That's a wonderful resource. And also the website diaperfreebaby.org is also a wonderful resource that you can get onto. I'm also here, obviously, if you have any questions or want to talk about your experience with it, or If you think the whole thing is pish posh or whatever, just let me know in the comments. If you are about to be a parent and you're at all interested, I would be more than happy. I would love all the moms to try this. So please let me know down below if you want to talk about it. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. But you can pretty much find everything that you need to find on YouTube. So I'll just give you one last quote from this book, and it says, "This book is going to teach you how to read these signs, how to respond to them, and how to engage in a process of joyful communication with your baby at a pace that feels right for your family, whether that's once a day or more often." So that's the last thing that I will say about it, is that you don't have to do this. If you're a working parent, if you have 3 other kids already, it's not something that's like you have all or nothing. You can do it even just throughout the night. You could give them one opportunity at nighttime before you go to bed to go to the potty. Anything is better than nothing. Or you could do it full time. I get to stay home with Roman, so I'm pretty much with him all the time. So I have a wonderful opportunity with that. But if I do go anywhere and my mom is watching him, she has actually also learned to do it, and she almost catches more than I do. So it's just a really exciting thing. You can encourage your friends and family to try it as well. It's just a really cool thing. Totally worth trying. I definitely recommend it. And again, if you have any questions or anything like that, you can find me on Instagram. You can feel free to comment down below. Really, just let me know and you know where to find me. If you did watch to the end, thank you so much. I certainly appreciate it. And take good care. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.